Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 3, Week 9, Day 6. So today, of course, we're going to be continuing with the grind. We actually hit a couple fun milestones today. The most noteworthy one is the guild finally retook top 25 on trophies, and we're still pushing forward. Actually, gosh, we're like a 6,000 gap now. But I don't think we'll take 24th this week, but we're sure going to try. We're getting there. Also, pretty close to the trophies of the guild that I used to be in, too, for about a year before we made this one. It's actually only about 100,000 gap, so we might need to cover that soon. Definitely not going to reach it this weekend, that's for sure. Aside from that, we got a little bit of grinding off stream. Not too much, but some amount. Also, I did the pet before we started. One of the reasons why we're a little late. Had to get that pet in there. Actually, I think it gives us an upgrade, too. It was obviously one of the pets we didn't have, which is why it needed to be done. Actually, we had like barely any copies of it. It must have been one of the ones that got added earlier this year or something, because we had like nearly zero. Not exactly zero, but pretty close. But anyways, I need to actually go fix my number because we got some keys earlier. Not just any amount of keys, though. We got an epic vault key. Wait, it does not show me how many epic vault keys I have? But I have 2 epic vault keys. Does it not actually show it there? I never noticed that. I got ripped off, but it shows it right here. But yeah, we got another epic vault key off stream. So that is pretty cool. Of course, we got one last night, and we got another right now, or earlier today. So I need to go update our numbers, because we're actually at 1172 is what our numbers should be. So let me go update those. 1172. 1172, which means we found 11 keys, vault keys. 7 of them were pity, or, you know, for 18 total. And 2 epics, which means we've actually found 20 vault keys so far. Not too bad. There we go. Anyways, what do I have in our mail? Yeah, just the 7 pity keys. That makes sense. All right, so let's clear through our dailies real quick, and then we'll spend most of the rest of the time just grinding, as it is a vault weekend after all. I was running Phoenicia, but for the earlier battles, we'll just run this because we can. Might as well. We already have it set. We already have it set. Also, let me make chat bigger so I can see you guys. Hope all of you have been having a wonderful weekend and been getting very lucky with all the gnomes. Hello, Michael! And congrats on being first. Hello, Bill. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, John. Hello, Imperial. Let's see. Aaron took you 4 minutes to find a gnome and another 20 to get a second. Ooh, that hurts. Yeah, you can get really unlucky with gnome rate sometimes. We've gone as long as like 15 minutes without one before. Can definitely happen. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Rogue. How do you grind vault epic vault keys? Is it just through Explore? Explore is the quickest way of doing it. You can do it through other locations as well, like the casual PvP location. But it's generally done in Explore just because teams can kill through it quickly. Generally, as far as drop rates for gnomes, it's the same pretty much everywhere except the fact that PvP in Arena has treasure gnome chance. But basically, you want to be doing an Explore because it's the quick... Oh gosh, we already got a vault key. That was quick. But you want to be doing it in Explore because of how quickly you can actually end up killing Explore. Because basically, the main thing that determines what you get for gnomes is how many battles you cycle through. So whatever area you can cycle through the battles the quickest, the better. And Explore is just the location that does that. Also daily adventure board, though you only have a limited number that you can do here. But nice, we got a vault key off a daily adventure board. It's not a guaranteed vault key, but we got one off one of the gnomes here. Also, hello, Scout. Hello, Kosh. And hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The adventure board, not too bad today. We got 15 gems and 4 purple deets. Purple being, of course, one of the better colors as well, which is nice. Also, we're about to gain a level, too. Gonna get a lot of stuff happening this stream. We're still so far from the next 100 milestone, though. We still need another 79. Still got a ways to go there. Oh, why'd I do that? Oh, never mind. We're using the red team. I was like, wait, why am I doing that with a Dust Devil team? It's like, oh yeah, we're using Phoenicia. So used to using it. It's also why I have my Empowered in third slot for the Dust Devil team. Like, almost every composition I ever do, I have my Empower in third. Just such a habit to click there. For whatever our Empower is. I don't always put the Empower in third, but it's definitely my favorite location for it, for sure. Hello, Koopa! Welcome, welcome. Do you know if we will be able to remove a weapon upgrade? No. In the current state of the game, it is not possible ever. And is very likely not to change, unfortunately. But no, even though some weapons are better non-upgraded, so if you accidentally upgrade, it's kind of bad in some situations. There's no way to unupgrade them. However, they still count towards kingdom upgrades regardless. Or, you know, once they're upgraded. Which is the main purpose for upgrading them, even the useless weapons. Because you need them for kingdoms. Pretty much the reason for, like, everything in this game. Even the most useless stuff. Still need it for kingdoms. For the kingdom upgrades. Oh, nice, John. Congrats. Oh, gosh, I keep clicking there thinking it's something other than the keys, and it's always the keys. Every single time, it's just the keys. But let's get to grinding. Oh, wait, before I do, let's see. What pet did we upgrade? I think it was just the one that we just had. Were there any others? Nope, it was just the one that was just there. Did this right before the stream. Might as well upgrade it now, since we haven't had the chance to, since I literally just did it moments before we started. There we go. Okay, and this is for human bonus. Oh yeah, that was from late last year. We ended up getting that, which is why we have like nearly 0 copies of it. Okay, well, let's go and get our grind on. Not with that. With this. Where'd it go? There it is. See how much more we can get. We already got 1 Volkey this hour. We got it from the daily adventure board, oddly enough. Not from the adventure board itself, but from a gnome on the adventure board. Oh, did I forget to add one? There's an easy way to check. Check what our Volkey number is. Did I forget to add one? 281, 69, 12. Yeah, you're right. I forgot to add one. You are correct. 21 keys. Pretty good weekend. Which makes sense. We have like an ultra grindy team now. It just makes things so much easier. I really hope they don't nerf this. It's such a fun team to use for farming. It's because how quick it auto kills. Makes it really easy to do with other stuff too. And about 10 more battles will get us the level there. Did you get an orb from leveling the pet from your mail? I'm actually not sure what the reward was because I didn't actually check it. Because the thing is always flashing, so I don't know when we get new mail. Oh yeah, we did get... Oh! We got a major orb. Hold up. Is this a power? Did we just get a power orb off a 1% chance? Highly doubt it. Though we will immediately give out a redeem code if it is a power or a blue. That is a blue. I'll take it. That's not a power. But it is a blue. And I did just say I would hand out a code for that. Well, I was planning on handing out later. But I guess we're handing it out now. Let's see. I'll take it. It's not a power, but it's the next best thing. Honestly, anything that's a purple, blue, or power, I'm pretty happy with. Ideally blue or power, and ideally power, but can't really complain with either of the three. Let's see, put that over there. Put that over there, put that over there, put that over there, and here goes go. There's the redeem code used on gemsofwar.com. If the game code section, your invite code can be found in the free settings menu. Whatever game says in the bottom left corner right over there is what you put in for your invite code. Redeem code's right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters starting with RG5. and gives the same reward as always. If I could click on the right location. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. That would have been a fail if I accidentally clicked claim all on all my pity keys. So it'd still be easy to keep track. The way that you keep track of it if you accidentally claim your keys is you have to figure out how many of these you have. So it goes 5, then 10, then 15, then 20, 25, so on and so forth. So you basically have to figure that out, and then you kind of know how many pity keys you've gotten. So we could easily tell just from this number right here that we've hit 7. If we just reverse engineered it. Man, let's just keep grinding. Gosh, we got really good luck today. An epic vault key earlier, a bunch of vault keys just in general, and a major blue. Hopefully we'll have that kind of luck tomorrow night when we open all these vault keys. Because tonight we're not going to be opening any. But tomorrow night we'll be opening every single vault key we've gotten this weekend with the exclusion of the epic vault keys, which I'm going to be holding on for now. There's no real reason to, but just in case epic vault keys ever get some kind of unique drop in them, I'm saving them. So we're going to open every non-epic vault key, or, you know, down to how many we got in this weekend. So currently that would be 19 keys. Which means by the end of this weekend we'll definitely be at least 20, if not more. Plus we might open some extra. We might open all the way down to 250. Because I think we're at like 281 right now. So that'd be like 35 or 40 keys tomorrow then. We'll probably do that. Because 250 is a pretty hefty number to have. We'll open all the way down to that point. That's a hello, Andre! Hello, Logic Slayer! Hello, Ryan! Welcome, 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 welcome. Out of 36 vault keys, you've gotten 5 epics. Nice. Yeah, I'm starting to get slightly better with the luck. We've gotten 2 of the 3 epic vault keys we've ever gotten this weekend. Yeah, I hope I get lucky on the vault keys. Of course, grinding all these vault keys doesn't do too good if the drops that you get from them are kind of meh. Obviously, everything that you get along the way that isn't related to the vault keys are still pretty good, though. Like all the glory, all the souls, all the normal gnome drops that are like gems and diamonds and stuff. But, yeah, obviously you ideally want the gnomes to be good. Or the vault keys, I mean. Because you can get major blues from them, you can get powers from them, you can get minor blues, all the purples. You can get Heart of Rage if you don't have it already, or more Heart of Rage just to get it maxed. You can get Cedric if you don't already have the Cedric army for the extra gold. There's a 20 gem key drop, a 250 gem drop, and a bunch of other good stuff. As Scout mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream, and don't forget to go claim the code. We handed out very early, so if anyone's just getting here now, make sure to go use the code. Should still be good. It's probably going to be dead in another 5-10 minutes or so. Oh yeah, there's shadow on the thing is probably making it look like that, isn't it? The shadow mic. I still need to figure out something with my lighting in this room to make it so we don't have like a shadow casted on our face from the mic. We can make like a big shadow on our face from it being in the way. Because it's blocking like my main light source in the room. There's multiple light sources, but there's one particularly big one. Oh, gosh, he has given us 20 shards like 3 times in a row. That's like that's literally his worst drop. All his drops are pretty much his worst drop, other than keys. But that's his absolute worst. As hello, Jay. Welcome. Oh, so I said we'd hit about level 1,622 by the end of this weekend. We might actually do so. We're only 1 level away at this point, which means we gain 4 levels this weekend. Somewhere around there. Oh, so hello, Sam. Welcome. Do you want to give us an epic Volky? Or a Volky or anything? Oh, no. That's the worst. That is the worst. Seeing a double miner drop next to your same exact color miner drop from the battle. For the triple miner. That's like the worst sight. Where the battle completion reward is basically the reward you get from the gnome. There's a point in early game and possibly mid game where that isn't horrible. But at every point further than that, it is probably his worst drop out of everything in his drop table. The double miner color. Unless they ever add that trait stone sync to the game. Highly doubt it though. Yep, no problem. Also, hopefully we get some from Kafka soon. I have enough for the rest of this month, but I only have 1 spear beyond that. So if she doesn't give it to us in the next week, we're gonna run out on March 1st. Well, she should be around. Unless they're under lockdown again. I don't think they are. I'm not sure. Feels good to not need to worry about trait stones, arcane, celestials anymore. Oh yeah, it feels so good when you don't need to worry about any trait stones ever again. Once you finally get to that point. Same as for ingots and stuff like that. Same as for factions. Same as hero classes. There's like a lot of milestones where there's like a core mechanic that you constantly have to worry about. And then once you finally get like beyond the resources for it, it's like, oh yeah, now I don't need to worry about this ever again. Though it makes some drops in the game kind of invalidated. Because you don't need them anymore. Certain drops. But yeah, it happens for several things within the game. The most refreshing one is when you never have to level a hero class ever again. Because then you don't have to worry about ever putting your hero into a team just to farm XP for it. Nor do you need to put a bad hero class into your team just to farm XP for it rather than using a better hero class. That was probably the best feeling. Finally having every hero class to level 100. There's a problem though. They're going to be adding more kingdoms. And when they add more kingdoms, they're going to be adding more hero classes. Which means unless we waste a bunch of gem, we're going to have to level hero classes again. We're not done yet. Once they start adding more kingdoms, and in result more hero classes, we're going to have to go on the grind all over again to go max out hero classes. Unless we get really lazy and just auto-buy each one to max. Which we might. We'll see. It's really expensive though. It's like 1 gem per XP. And you need like 5,050 XP. It is ultra expensive to do so. Normally just better to do it manually. Especially now that we have the quick Dust Devil team. You can use 1 Dust Devil to farm hero class XP. The team is Dust Devil Hero with Iron Hawk. You have to skip a turn, which makes it go ever so slightly slower, but still quicker than Rowan in most situations. Yeah, Dust Devil Hero, Dust Devil Hero Iron Hawk. Or just putting it into a Rowan team, of course, too. It's perfectly fine. Hello, Benito! Welcome! You have a new account, a week or so old. And you pulled an Ironhawk? Nice. So now you're going to level 430 with 2 Dust Devils, Hero, and... oh yeah, and you can do that to farm. Yep. It works out perfectly. And what's really nice about the Ironhawk teams as well, if you happen to get them earlier on in the game, or mid-game, or even the earlier parts of late game, is its damage is consistent regardless of what your stats are. So even if you have low base stats, the teams that are Ironhawk related still hit for the same amount, because Dust Devil is unaffected by stats as far as how much damage it does, and Ironhawk is the exact same way, assuming it's fully traded, of course. So neither of them are affected at all by how low or high your stats are, which is nice for earlier in the game, since having lower magic and stuff won't actually have any effect on its damage output. Ironhawk Dust Devil is one of those kind of teams where when you own it, it already works. You don't need to worry about having some kind of stats. Like with something like a Iron Guts, not Ironhawk, but Iron Guts, the one that devours based on attack, that can still be useful earlier on in the game. But the lower your attack, the slightly harder it could be used to, harder it is to use, due to its initial devour, needing to get it. Whereas if you have a higher base attack, it has a better chance of doing that initially. So something like that gets affected by it, but something like Ironhawk does not. Ooh, another Valkyrie. Gosh, we're doing so good on keys today. We are just getting showered with them. There we are. 20 Vault keys, 2 epic Vault keys. That is some juicy loot. Well, actually, we don't know if it's juicy loot until we open them. We'll find out tomorrow night if it actually is juicy loot or not. It has the potential of being juicy loot. We can get thousands upon thousands of gem value tomorrow night. Or almost nothing if we get super unlucky. I sure hope not. We'll find out then, though. Yep, another new. Until then, hopefully we keep getting lucky. So, hello, Draco! Welcome, welcome. Rowain team can actually run with literally every hero class in the game. There's not a single hero class where it would not function, as far as feeding it XP. There's some that work better than others, obviously, with it. But, like being able to have Green Storm and stuff like that, or giving it armor off of like a 5 armor gain, though they're both on the same tree, but that one Farge tree. But every hero class can be farmed with Rowain team. Like the team doesn't require a specific hero class to function, and while some might be slightly better with it, any of them can be leveled with a Rowain team, since the hero is independent of how quick you actually win the battle normally. Yeah, Epic Key's very elusive. Prior to this Vault event, I've only seen one ever. Though we got really lucky this Vault event. We got 2 just this event. One last night, one earlier today. Their drop rate is about 1 in 10 whenever you get a Vault Key. Not the pity keys, but specifically the Vault Key. So like those 13 Vault Keys that we got, every single time there's about a 10% chance it would have been an Epic Vault Key. So theoretically, we had to trigger 15 times. And 2 of those 15 times was a 10% to get the Epic Vault Key. So we're above the drop rate currently. To be exactly at the drop rate, we'd be 20 keys between our normal keys and Epics found. But currently we did it within 15 instead of 20. We've gone like 80 Vault Keys before in a row without getting it though. Like we got ultra dry on it. Well, we're actually above drop rate this weekend, at least. Must be the Dust Devil bringing them all out. He knows where all the loot is. Gosh, my neck's been so sore all day. Must have slept on it weird this morning. It's been bothering me literally all day. I also have scratch marks on it, so apparently I was scratching my neck as well while I was sleeping. Sometimes that happens. It almost looks like a cat attacked me. It happens sometimes. Are you gonna give us anything? That is very much not anything. Well, I guess it's technically better than nothing, though it is pretty close to nothing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there we go. That wasn't too bad. Sometimes those are really annoying when you don't immediately get the kill. There's only two things that survive. Soul Gnome, if it overtakes an epic, or higher, obviously. And anything that's mythic. Most of the gnomes that replace the mythic as well as just the mythic itself. Those are the only two things that do not die instantly to Dust Devil here. Will I be your friend on Pocket Camp? I don't play Pocket Camp though. I almost never use my phone. Other than a few calls here or there. And using it as a tribute claiming device on occasion. It's like literally all I use it for. Yes, we are very likely to get a hero class of every hero class that's currently missing. So Construct, Elemental, War Gear, whatever else is missing. I forget the full list. Isabel. I already have one crowded island. I don't need a crowded island and a crowded camp. Yeah. 34 crowded kingdoms. Every kingdom upgraded to level 20. We're still a ways from that. We're getting there though. I think we have like 4 or 5 level 20 kingdoms. And they expanded it several patches ago to level 30. So obviously they're not reaching that anytime soon. That's obviously meant for like multiple years into the future. Because by the end of this year, we'll be lucky if we see a single 24 kingdom, let alone higher. Oh, so hello, Giovanni! Welcome. But I'm pretty sure 24 or 25 is the highest any kingdom's getting by the end of this year. I'm just curious how they're going to be bringing in new kingdoms. Because new kingdoms, the highest a new kingdom ever started at, once the star system was in, I believe was level 7 or maybe level 8. I think it was 7. Might have been closer to 5. I'm not even sure. But it was definitely 7 or lower. So I'm not sure how they're going to do that for new kingdoms. Because they would have to do a lot more than that. They would have to start them pretty much at level 10 or something. With how much content would have to be in them. Also, why do I keep taking extra turns? Because if they don't, the kingdoms are going to be so far behind. Even at level 10, they're still going to be so far behind. I think the lowest kingdom right now is like 15 or something. 14 maybe? Maybe 13. But they're all definitely above 10. Actually, that is a good question. What is the lowest starred kingdom currently? I almost want to think it's Cinemirage, but I think they got more troops recently. Let's see. Do we see any green stars anywheres? Yeah, Cinemirage. Cinemirage is level 12. I'm pretty sure Cinemirage is the lowest leveled kingdom in the game. I can't think of a single one that could possibly be lower than 12. So 12 stars is currently the lowest in the entire game. I'm pretty sure there's not a single kingdom lower than that. Nope. But yeah, 12 stars is the lowest starred kingdom in the game. So they would have to start those new kingdoms at minimum at 10 star. Otherwise, they're going to be really far behind. And even then, they're still going to be pretty far behind. 5 gems, nice. Yeah, we're starting to get kingdoms that have 3 mythics. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually every kingdom has 4 mythics. But currently they're starting to go in their 3 cycle. It's going to be so annoying to get them through event keys, though. Imagine you only need 1 more mythic from a kingdom. And there's like 4 mythics within the kingdom, or even just 3. How hard it's going to be to get the 1 you need. I mentioned it back when we were starting to get 2 mythics for a kingdom. That they should add a way for us to choose what mythic do we get from the event keys. They said no. But they really should. Especially once we start getting like nearly every kingdom to 3. And especially once we start getting kingdoms to 4. They should make it so event keys get to choose what mythic you get when you get a mythic drop. Only for 4 event keys, obviously, though. Because that'd be pretty broken if you could do it for normal keys. Yeah, you could always get them for Soulforge for 4,000 diamonds. However, they haven't really added many ways to get more diamonds in the last year or 2. Like, technically, them increasing Vault Key rate technically increases diamond rate ever so slightly. Because you can actually get 50 diamonds from a Cedric, and that's technically 60 with the extra 20% that they added last year from the higher difficulty. But that's not much. That's just like a few days of doing your dungeon. It's pretty much just like 3 days of dungeon. Or less than 1 day if you count a Sunday. Guess that kind of rhymed. 1 day if you count Sunday. Although I just rhymed day with day. Well, you get diamonds from several things. You can get diamonds from epic tasks. You get diamonds from vault keys and gnomes in general. You get diamonds every single day, and you can spend a little bit more gems to get even more diamonds. And you can also spend a little bit of money to get even more diamonds, though I wouldn't advise that. But spending gems on every day could be worth it if you're really tight for diamonds. What other ways? There's a couple events where you spend gems and you just get diamond rewards passively. And I feel like I'm forgetting one. It's like one other way to get diamonds. Yeah, most of them are generated through dungeons. The daily dungeons. Oh yeah, kingdom challenges. Yeah, you're correct. I believe you get like 10 per kingdom. But it's only one time, of course. That's still a couple hundred across all kingdoms. $5 diamonds per code when Salty gets a lot of viewers. She very rarely gives out diamond codes. And when she does, as you mentioned, there's like nearly 0 diamonds in them. That's like a single gnome drop of diamonds. But then again, the normal code is kind of like a gnome drop of stuff as well. A standard code is basically 2 gnome drops. Even some of her better codes are almost like just like 2 or 3 gnome drops if you really break it down. Because if they have a few gem keys and a few event keys in it, those are both just a gnome drop. And obviously a 1 gem key is a gnome drop, a 2,500 gold or 5,000 gold, whatever it was, is a gnome drop. Yeah, it's 2,500, right? I actually completely forget, even though I say it literally every day. Yeah, 2,500 gold, 200 souls, 1 gem key, 200 souls. Or it's yeah, it's 2,500 gold, 1 gem key, 2 treasure maps, and 200 souls. I say it literally every day, and I still forgot for a second. These, of course, we hand one out every stream. Or every Gems of War stream, I should say. As far as side games, as far as next things we'll be doing, well, tomorrow I hopefully will be covering the Mythic video. I've been putting it off, but at this point it'll be really relevant because it's coming in tomorrow for most people. Or, I mean, Sunday. Or, you know. I mean, not Sunday. I mean, Monday. It'll be tomorrow. Or, you know, once it's posted, it will be tomorrow. But as far as other games, Fall Guys is getting their next season. Because for whatever reason, Fall Guys seasons seem to be going almost identical to Gems of War seasons. And they're having their season 4, I believe, in 2 weeks from now. So I'll be streaming that. And after that, Century Age of Ashes, I believe, starts on the 12th. And it will be streaming that a lot. Or I'll be playing a lot. I'm not sure how much we'll be streaming of it. Definitely a lot initially. Like that initial weekend. How much of it beyond that we'll be streaming, we'll see. Still really hyped for it. Honestly, I'm probably more hyped for that Things beta coming out than Fall Guys next season. But it's also because Fall Guys hasn't even announced what next season is. So it's kind of hard to get super hyped for since we don't even know the theme. Oh yeah, I need to go update my number. Thank you, John. I forgot. We need to get a vault key. We've been getting so many keys this stream, I keep forgetting to update the number. Alright, never mind. It's about updated. You're just saying what we already have. And let me double check. 69, 13. Yep, 13. Our number is correct. Oh, and another 12 gnomes, we get a pity. Oh, so we haven't got a single pity this stream. Nor will we, unless we get a lot of gnomes clustered together. Oh, well, if that keeps happening, we'll be good to go. Oh, only 200 glory, though. Yeah, it's possible to get, if you got max luck, you can get over 210,000 plus 20%. Whatever number that is. What's 20% of 210,000? That's... Let's see, 210,000. That's... Why am I doing math so horribly for this? Because I'm trying to... Why is that 1 throwing me off so much? Why on earth is my brain not processing that correctly? How is that a single 1 making my head just fail? Because 0.5 then 0.5, then it's... Okay, let me just start it from the top. I have no clue what my brain's trying to do right now, but it completely failed. Okay. So let's see. What's the max amount of gold you can get? It's 210 plus 20%. So that would end up being a 21,000 and a 21,000. So that's a 42,000. 42,000 into 210,000 is 252,000. Why was that so hard? It's 252,000. That is the max amount of gold you can get for a single vault key if you got max luck. The chance of that happening is near impossible, though. But yes, 252,000 is the most gold you could ever get from opening a single vault key. A normal vault key, not an epic vault key. Actually, epic vault key would give you less gold, oddly enough. But not necessarily. But I think the Cedric gives you more, and he does his gold drop. But you don't get gnome, any potential for gold because of that one Daemon gnome in the battle. But yeah, the Cedric would still give more. But no, from a normal vault key, if I did the math right, 252,000 gold is the max you'd be able to get. But anything over 100,000 would be pretty high. How long have we been farming? I have no clue what the exact amount of time we've been farming for this weekend is. Because off stream, I don't keep track of it that well at all. Because I do it in between a lot of stuff. So it's kind of hard to know for sure exactly how long we've been going for. I want to say 7 or 8 hours in total. That's really hard to tell. It might be closer to 7. I am not sure. Oh, do we have a pet up? What pet was it? Is it a good pet? Oh, no, it's just this thing. That's why I was ignoring it. It is not one we need. Oh, our level up bonus. Still didn't take that. Gosh, we got a level ages ago. We're already like 1/4 to our next level. I've been taking a lot of the pets, but after doing so many pets already this weekend, unless it's one I actually need, I've kind of given up on trying to take them. Mostly because we can get like 2 gnomes within the time that it takes to go do pet battles, and I'd kind of rather have the 2 gnomes. Mean. You had no control over what the RNG would be. It's not like you chose for it to be a Moon. Who knows? Maybe there's like one person in our guild that somehow doesn't have Moon upgraded. It was brought in the first batch, so unless someone in our guild's a somewhat newer player, everyone should probably have it maxed by now. Generally, everyone who's been playing since pets came out should most likely have every pet max that initially came out. That might not fully be the case, because there's actually a surprisingly low amount of people that have even 1 pet upgraded, which I still find rather surprising. If we go to the achievements, and we go to how many people have actually upgraded a single pet to level 20, it's a lot lower than I would ever expect it to be. It is, I think it's like 5% or something. Where is it? Somewhere here is the pet one. I'm never sure what to search for. Finish a pet rescue event. Yeah, only 8.3% of people have done a Wednesday pet rescue. I think the Saturday one might count as well. Actually, literally any of them might count. So that number is already surprisingly low. But what's even more surprisingly low is wherever level 20 pet is. I have no clue where it is on this list. There it is. It's only 2.3%, at least on Steam. Get a max pet. 2.3%. I am really surprised by how low that is. Also, this thing's still the rare. Oh no! That's interesting. 40,000 faction renown? Actually done by less people than 100 gold elites. I feel like 100 gold elites is harder to do than that. That's the other really surprising one. Also, only 0.7% of people have found an epic Volky. We've only found 3 so far. So that kind of makes sense. This used to be the rarest. But as time went on, obviously it's not like ultra rare. It's rare, but if you just do Vault events enough, you kind of get them. What's also pretty surprising, look how big a difference this is. It's only a 10,000 renown difference. Yeah, it's a whole 0.5 difference. Like, it's like a double difference between how many people have 30,000 renown compared to 40,000 plus. That's another really surprising one. A lot of surprising statistics in there that you wouldn't really expect. Yeah, maxing pets can be a little bit annoying in the sense that if you don't check the game often, it can be hard. Like, if you only play the game for dailies and only play it for like a half an hour every day, you're gonna get 0 or 1 pet gnomes per day. Or, you know, as far as, you know, getting a pet to go do. And if your guild's a bit less active, it could be like 2 pets a week. Like the guarantee Wednesday one and like 1 other one. So it definitely can happen for a situation where you don't get them upgraded. Obviously, I'm not paranoid to the point where I check the game like every hour just to claim tribute and the pet. Let's take it whenever I'm around. But people who like don't bother checking at all can definitely get a lot less pets. I'm pretty sure I've missed like 3/4 the pets my guild has ever activated. Yeah, some people just don't do the factions. I know I didn't really bother on my Switch account. It got to like level 1000, I still wasn't to the point where I was bothering to do factions. Other than just farming them at level 20 for loot. But, you know, like actually going deep into them. It's not something you do till much later into the game. And even then, some people just don't bother doing it. The return on doing them is pretty low. It's probably the biggest issue with factions. Because the main thing you get, other than max pets over time, but that's hard because you need to do pure faction. But the main thing you get is a little bit of stats. And for how long it takes to get each stat, it just doesn't seem as worth it going through. So of course, there's other rewards that you get along the way, though. Do pets come in every hour? They can. They can come in at a maximum of every hour. However, they're not guaranteed to come in every hour. They come in every single time someone in your guild activates a pet gnome from PvP or from Arena. Generally from PvP because it's way quicker to farm in PvP. But it's a maximum of 1 per hour. If you activate a pet gnome when there's already 1 activated, it will instead just give you 2 white pet food instead of activating 1. But if your guild is decently active, particularly during Vault events when it's much higher chance to get them, you can basically have a pet going every hour. It's hard to do when it's not a Vault event, but during a Vault event, it's decently easy to maintain. If you have a couple people from your guild who do pets whenever there's not a pet active. Trying to do like quick PvP. And also Wednesday is always a guaranteed 24-hour pet. So even if your guild's not getting that many pets, you always get 1 guaranteed on Wednesday. Sometimes on Saturdays as well. So Wednesday's always a guaranteed pet. And some Saturdays also have a pet for 24 hours. Though they make sure it's never during a Vault event, though. Because that's really annoying. They have yet to ever do that. They accidentally had it scheduled once, and then last minute they kind of changed it because they were like, oh yeah, we have a Vault event. We should probably not have a guaranteed pet blocking it for 24 hours. Because one pretty funny thing about the guarantee pets is for people that don't play that much, it's technically a good way for them to get pets and everything. But for people that play a lot, it actually makes it, during pet events, it actually makes it harder to get pets. Because during that 24 duration, you can't get any more than that one single pet event. Whereas otherwise, you could have theoretically triggered 24 pet events within that time. So pet event days actually have the least amount of pets occurring. It's because of the guaranteed nature of it, preventing other pets from occurring. Which I always found rather ironic, that pet events is when you get the least amount of pets. Since you can't trigger anymore for its duration. It almost feels like class events. Where class events are like an extremely inefficient way to actually farm class XP. I still really need to revamp class events. Especially if they're going to be adding more hero classes. It is the least rewarding thing you can spend gems on for the most part. Unless you really don't want to bother leveling stuff. It has the worst return of any event in the game that you can spend gems towards. But yeah, during Vault events, you can end up getting like so many pets. There's probably some people that get more pets during a Vault event than the duration of time between Vault events. Just because of how much guilds tend to trigger during that time. And the fact that it's more likely for people to actually be playing during a Vault event. Compared to any other time as well. Just because it's better loot, obviously, during these times. Like, I'm pretty sure the monthly peak for this month happened within the last few days. We could actually check on Steam charts. Actually, we could probably show it up on screen, too. Let's see. Let's go to Steam charts. That's the right website, right? Should be. Let's go find Gems of War. Gems of War. I'm pretty sure its peak is this weekend. The game. It's growing. It's growing ever so slightly. What a gain. Look at that gain. But yeah, I'm willing to make a bet this peak happens this weekend. Surprisingly, no. Interesting. I was sure there's a way to check when exactly the peak occurred. I don't think there's a button for it. It'd be kind of hard to figure out all these little bumps, which one is the correct bump. I'm really curious. What day would have been the peak then? Maybe it was one of the Mondays? Yeah, it looks like Monday might actually be a little bit more favorable, oddly enough, than Vault weekends. It still peaks up a little bit for Vault weekends. But it's those really active Mondays that seems to get it. Because it's the reset time, you get your keys. You know what Monday might actually be the most, or what day might be the most active every month for Gems of War? The Monday after a Mythic comes into the game. Because that's when you get a bunch more keys, and you would have an attempt to go get the Mythic if you didn't, if you use all your other keys and didn't get it. Yep, it's a Monday. Well, that's still slightly off, but we could assume that that's close enough. But, yeah, all the peaks seem to be on Mondays, oddly enough. Interesting. Even more than a Vault event. Interesting. I guess it kind of makes sense when the game resets each week and more stuff comes into the game. When is the next Wayhelm event? Next Wayhelm event is not coming. Oh, I typed it wrong. It's at some point. We don't have an official date. I lied. We do have an official date. March 5th. Wait, is this a... No, never mind. This is a mythic. Ignore what I just said. How far do we currently know, date-wise? Sometime late May, we are likely to get a White Helm event. No official date yet. But late May, early June. Late May, early June is the next White Helm event. Because this is just a mythic coming in. It's not an actual event. Because we know up to April 20... Or sorry. We know up to May 3rd. And between now and May 3rd, we're not getting a White Helm event. But we are definitely getting one soon. As we could tell from this. But yeah, it seems like late May, early June is next White Helm. But we don't know an official date until next patch. Next patch we'll probably know the exact date. Next patch will also be in a couple weeks or so. Probably around the time of Season 4. And Season 4 is in a few weeks. Just like Fall Guys. I still find it really funny that the two main games I play that have seasons in them basically have the exact same season cycle. These both games are in Season 3, about to hit Season 4 in like 2 weeks or so. Because Gems of War hits it in 3 Mondays from now. Not next Monday, not the following Monday, but the Monday after that. And we should also be getting a patch either before or very soon after Season 4 starts. I wonder if they're going to try aligning patches to seasons now. If they're going to start making that a thing. Some of them have been, but not all of them. That'd be a really interesting pattern if they do start doing it that way. Where every season we get a patch for Gems of War. It makes sense. That's when most games do their patch, obviously. Is when the season changeover occurs. Yeah, Pride Lands is like never getting an event. Poor Pride Lands. Pride Lands is going to hit over a year and a half without a event. I think it might be the longest a kingdom has ever gone without an event. I can't think of a single instance where a kingdom has gone longer than this current cycle of Pride Lands and not having an event. The last Pride Lands event was in 2019. Very late 2019. I forget the exact date. I think it was like December 2019. Yeah, Droxzoom went about a year, I think, but it wasn't a year and a half. Cinder Mirage also got a pretty big gap, but I had one, I think a couple months ago. But you'd kind of think, with how many kingdoms currently exist within the game, that you'd pretty much get every single kingdom to cycle at least once a year. Some would, of course, occur twice a year. But there's enough kingdoms in the game that you can schedule it so at least every single kingdom happens once every year. But for whatever reason, they don't have it scheduled like that. So sometimes they go a specific kingdom or a few kingdoms go a very long time without one. Even though they could easily make it so every single kingdom gets at least once a year. I think the main reason for that is because obviously each kingdom has a different amount of troops. So some kingdoms they need to be doing it slightly more often. Yeah, they're still not doing that. Like Droxzoom and Cinder Mirage should be getting like the most amount of events then. Since they're some of the lowest kingdoms as far as troop counts. Cinder Mirage being the absolute lowest. Oh, so if I'm not mistaken, isn't Cinder Mirage that low end with a faction? Which is kind of funny. Because doesn't Cinder Mirage already have a faction? They got like Depths of Sin or something. Pretty sure that was the faction for it. Even with its faction troops, it still is only 12-star. Which is pretty sad because some kingdoms are almost 20-star without a faction. Like I think Broken Spire is 19-star if I'm not mistaken without a faction. Because Broken Spire doesn't have a single faction right now, and it's, I believe, 16 actually? Yeah, it's 16-star without a faction. It'll be 20 plus once it hits it. Well, it'll be exactly 20. Oh, why am I going to Cinder Mirage? Poor Cinder Mirage. You need more troops. And the highest kingdom is power level 21 as far as any of them. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them at 21. It's Mist of Scales, Wild Plains. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing one somewheres. We have them upgraded. Merchandization. But I don't feel like there's 5. That's 3. Yeah, there's a lot at level 20, but not specifically 21. Also, I just still didn't do the challenges for that location. There's probably several locations where I haven't bothered doing the challenges yet. I need to at some point. We eventually just need to go and do all the challenges for every kingdom. I just really haven't bothered yet. They just feel so unrewarding later in the game. Like, the loot for them is not bad. Like, early to mid-game. But later in the game, the loot for them is just so absurdly minuscule. That feels like you're just completely going out of your way just to get it done. Oh, so there's 4 of them then. If Karkaroff is also one. Oh yeah, Karkaroff is one. So yeah, there's 4. Mr. Scales, Karkaroff, Wild Plains, and Zacian. I don't think there's any others. There's a couple at 20, but not 21. And the highest we'll probably have by the end of this year is 24. I highly doubt they're going to make any of them higher than that by the end of this year. Maybe like 1 or 2 25s at most. Hello, Chad! Welcome! And we probably won't see our first 30 until like 2023 at the current rate of the game. Possibly even, yeah, late 2023. Or earlier, depending on how things go. Or likely later. Well, so hello, Chad. I've been doing pretty good. Were you not fortunate enough to get the Iron Hawk? Aww. Varroin's still pretty quick, though. You're running War and Peace Leprechaun, Cedric, and... yeah, you can run the War and Peace instead. Rowan's generally ran just because you can half mana start it with Elemental, so it only needs 6 mana. But there are several other things that if you want to use Hero and other stuff, well, then again, you can use Hero with Rowan too. But there's a few other similar options that do it as well. Rowan's just kind of the go-to option because it has the lowest mana cost to do so. That can still one-shot everything easily. But yeah, the general one is Urskia Shield, Rowan, Mirage Queen, Leprechaun. Hero weapon can be literally anything that doesn't block Rowan. You generally don't need to cast it. But the premise of it is Mirage Queen gives you half mana start for your Rowan. You then use Leprechaun. That Leprechaun gets you to max mana on Rowan, and then you win. And you set your banner to +2 blue, +1 green, -1 yellow, so that you have 4 times, 5 times green and blue, both giving Rowan full mana. And it wins about 4 times per minute. On Explorer 1, 2, or 3. Or 4 if you have really high stats. I normally train on 2 or 3. And obviously with pure armor. Executives are 48 additional damage from having 24 armor set. It's been going a little dry this last half hour or so. We did really good at the beginning of the stream, and then all our drops went away. I just haven't noticed that we were getting good drops. I just don't think we were getting good drops, though. Really good first half. Pretty bad second half. Here, we got like 3 vault keys and a major blue in our first half. Kind of hard to top that unless we get like an epic key. How close are we to pity? Oh yeah, I have no clue because we can't tell. Well, we haven't triggered her yet. I kind of want to get that pity before we end the stream. The only problem with that is I think we need like 10 more gnome kills so we could be here a while. I think we're going to go till we get the next pity, regardless of how long it takes. We won't know for another 33 minutes unless we go do the pet how many more we actually need, though. I guess we'll do the pet real quick. Fine, Isabel, we'll do the pet. Half an hour later, but we're still doing it. Yes, Slay the Spire is really fun. I'm pretty much done with it, though. I think this last week I played like 2 rounds of it. It's a fun game just to pick up, do a match, though. Only problem is a match takes like an hour to do a run. Obviously you can split it up, but generally it's better to do it in one session. Curious if they're going to do Slay the Spire 2 at any point. Kind of like how Darkest Dungeon is eventually doing their version 2. Or if they're just going to try updating Slay the Spire, or if they're just going to do nothing for it. Not sure what the dev team is currently doing. They have to be working on something. Unless they just made so much money off of Slay the Spire, they're like, ah, we're done. Because that game did pretty decent. Like, it didn't do Fall Guys level money, but it did a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it sold over 1 million. Slay the Spire, that is. Fall Guys did way over 1 million. Let's see. What do we take here? Come on, we're so close. It's so far. Was that the level 6 one? No, good, that was 7. Okay, only 1 more. And we can see, then we need to do 1 battle, then we can see how many more pities we need. Okay, we got perfect luck there, getting Leprechaun back. That's ideally what we want to see. We just got a flawless battle 8. About as smooth as that could have possibly gone. And of course we get a bunch of copies of the pet when we don't need the pet. That's how it always works. The ones we need, we only get 1 copy. The ones we don't need, we get like 3 to 6 copies. That's how it works. Okay, let me do 1 battle, and then we can figure out how many more pities we need. And we'll keep going until we reach it. Is the stream lagging? I haven't seen it lagging at all. I don't know, is anyone else lagging? Oh, we only need 2 more. We're a lot closer than I thought. Well, let's keep going. Said I wanted to get that pity key to stream. We're pretty much right on top of it. Though those 2 could still take us like half an hour if we get super unlucky. So realistically, it should take under 10 minutes. But everything on my end saying the stream is okay. But that doesn't always mean the stream is okay. The things that say the status of the stream lie sometimes. A Celestial. Too bad we don't actually need those. Imagine if every single battle there was actually like a drop that could potentially happen that would actually be good. I guess theoretically that's what gnomes are considered. But it just feels so weird seeing like that trait stone and everything else and just knowing it's always going to be a bad drop. Regardless of how good of a drop it is. Because obviously Celestial is basically like the best drop you can get in that regard. But it's also something useless. And same as that Arcane. Did we just get another Arcane? Gosh. We're on Explorer 1. I know it still has a higher chance. But it's not supposed to have that much higher chance. I'm pretty sure we just did a Celestial into 2 Arcanes. But they mean almost nothing because we don't need any of them. They're about as good as that minor trait stone. And the gnomes are in hiding again, apparently. Hopefully these next 2 gnomes make up for our bad luck the last half an hour or so. Yep, there's one of them. Epic Valky. Oh, 2 diamonds. I don't need that. Alright, one more gnome. And then we'll be at 1382, which would bring us to 21 Valkies and 2 Epic Valkies. Oh, there it is. Oh, so we might need to eventually figure out some kind of better way to denote it. Because that must be really confusing if someone just comes into the stream. 13 plus 7 plus 2. Like, when it's 2 numbers, it's a little bit easier to understand. But with 3 numbers, that kind of gets more complicated. These doesn't really make much sense at that point. But there we go. 8 pity keys. There they are. I just wasn't expecting to get epic Valkies this weekend. But we did. And generally that number would be +0 then, because generally we don't get them. There we go. I'm pretty happy with how much loot we already gotten, but we'll still keep grinding. And of course we still need to get on that trophy grind. Let's see, how many trophies am I up to right now? Because my guild's doing a really big push this weekend. And we need to get at least 3,000. Because we kind of made that a goal for a lot of people in the guild. I said every single person who gets at least 3,000, I'll give 25 gems to. Which means currently it looks like we're going to have pretty much everyone above 2,000 is probably going to reach it. So not counting ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, hopefully not too many more people do it. I'm going to run out of gems. Because I think we only have 14, and I'm giving 2 to whoever makes first. Which at this point looks like it's going to be Stardust, but Nexus might end up taking it. I'll probably do it by midway through next stream. So whoever's highest then will get the extra one. And Isabel and Azala was helping some with it too. Who's also going to be giving some gems to people who do good. So we're going to hand out a lot of gems to the guild this weekend. But I'm going to have like none of the gifts left for a while after we do that. I don't like spending money on them. I got all of mine for free off the offers every day. Obviously, they're just not here every day, but over time we've gotten... there's an offer where you get 3 of them. It's actually a positive gem exchange as well. It's actually always worth going for. You need VIP 6 to get it, though, unfortunately. It doesn't show on the free side. But anyways... anyone have any other questions? Otherwise, we'll be back tomorrow night. Same time as always, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be going over multiple things tomorrow night. We will be going over all the spoilers for the week. We will be, hopefully sometime tomorrow, getting up a video for the Mythic that came out technically on Monday, as well as the previous Monday, you know, through the season pass. So we'll be going over and having a video on that soon. We'll have, but tomorrow night we'll be going over all the spoilers for the week. We'll have, we'll be doing a lot of Valky opening. We'll hand out all the gifts to the guild. Might as well. And aside from that, there's one other thing. And obviously just grinding a bit more. And finishing up the Vault event. Gosh, why am I like choking on nothing? Ah! Why am I choking on nothing? Yeah, that was weird. But anyways, hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe out there. Best of luck with the Vault event grind. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your weekend.